Guys, before the video starts, I just want to mention that my screen was a little too much zoomed in on my Elgato software. It will be fixed in future videos, but this video is broken. I am sorry, but it won't matter because it's a base review. Hello guys, welcome back to another Boom Beach video. Today is the next video about base building. Not base building, but base reviews. I review my fan bases. Now I got a lot of requests to do this, guys. Let me tell you, I have bases queued up for a very long time. I'm still getting around to doing or reviewing the first bases from my very first base building video, which was 4 months ago. So I'm backed up for a while. So post your link down below, but don't expect it for a couple months. That's how backed up I am. I'll try to do these maybe a tad more regularly. The last episode, it's been quite a long time, and I was doing a lot of thinking about this account, what I want to do with it, and I don't have too much power powder saved up, but what I kind of want to switch it over to a Power Stone Chance account, so I might start removing my offensive statues to put down some Power Stone Chance. Now, the bad part about this is I'll no longer be able to hit my operations hop with this account, which will be kind of disappointing, but I'll figure that out in the future. Okay guys, base number 1, and I have to say this every episode, I'm just giving you my tips. I'm not the best base builder, but I have been playing Boom Beach for over 3 years now, like 3.5 years, so I do know just a tad about base building, so I'll try to help you. But if you are higher than me in medals, then you could copy like my Intel base on my main account. I haven't spent too much time making this layout on my Confusion account. But anyway guys, so let's look at this base. So off the first glance, get rid of your ice. Get offensive statues. I say that to every person. Get rid of life statues and ice statues. You can keep it if you want, but in my opinion, ice should only be used if you're trying to push or if your task force needs loads of intel. And I'm talking about loads. And still, I would say remove ice unless you're planning on pushing or if you're currently pushing. So prototypes, I'm not going to be talking about prototypes too much, but other than that, I would say it looks like a fairly strong base design. In terms of tank medic, I'm not a tank medic player, but I would say it's pretty easy tank medic base. Warrior design is very good. I like the mines around headquarters. I like the flame next to the headquarters. You might benefit by putting a machine gun next to the headquarters. The only thing is you can shock your 2 boom cannons and 1 doom cannon in one shot, which I would say is pretty bad. If you're planning to have the doom cannon, the only combinations, the worst combination is going to be tank medic, and the doom cannon kind of combats it and boom cannons combat it, but when you place them together you can shock them all at once. So swap this boom cannon with this doom cannon and swap the shock blaster with the doom cannon. So basically put the doom cannon where the shock blaster is, put the shock blaster where the boom cannon is, and put the boom cannon where the doom cannon was. Yeah, that should do it. So you'll still be able to shock 2 boom cannons and the shock blaster, but it won't be the doom cannon. I like the doom cannons and laser beams behind the headquarters. I don't know if it's better than putting them before the headquarters, but that's what I like to do, and it works very well on my main account. So overall, you do have a little offensive statues, but I would say just try to get rid of those and do some swapping. Other than that, I don't see like major problems with the base. Maybe move some of these residences behind here, put them by the machine guns so they're not all stacked up, because someone might flank your base with hookah or tank med and just clear this side. But overall, decent base design. I don't know why, but I copied the same link twice. That's weird. Okay, base number 2. This guy using, see, this is what I hate. I hate trying to give base design tips to someone who's higher in medals, and I meant this series to be for lower level members. I'm not like I copy my main account base from the Angry family. So if you're trying to get intel, I would say get a boom or doom cannon. Get a doom cannon and a shock. If you're gonna have 3 prototypes down, get a doom cannon, a shield, and a damage amplifier. And put the damage amplifier over here, like right here where this cannon is, which will it should affect all the rocket launchers, which is good. And some boom cannons on the beach, which is good. Get rid of that boom cannon, and maybe instead of the grappler have see, this is a very much an anti-tank base. So I'm not the best of tanks, like I said before. But if you're going for intel, if you're trying to push, I would say get a shield generator down to combat warriors and AZ rushes and smoky hookah, and get a damage amplifier will still help you a lot against tanks. It won't help you defend 100% against tanks, because nothing will, but it will help you a lot more than a grappler and an extra doom cannon will. So just my opinion. If you're going for a base that counters just one kind of troop combination, that's fine. But I like making bases that will kind of, it's like a hybrid. It counters every type of troop combination. And that honestly is like the trade-off between troop combinations. But here we go. Here's the next base design. Someone who's pretty high level, but very low in medals. This is what I like to see. We got a hot pot by the headquarters. We got the shock launcher back here in that weird shock. Get rid of your ice. You're not pushing. Looks like you're an offensive player. So just get rid of your ice. It's not going to help you too much. You're still going to get destroyed by people. Get rid of your ice. As for the placement of prototypes, I like the placement actually. It's decent. You can shock boom cannons and doom cannons all in one. So you probably do all these 4 defenses all in one shock. So spread them out a little so you can't do that. The most you should be able to shock is 2. So pick 2 of these defenses and that is what you'll be able to shock. You can shock both of these shock launchers in one shock. I would say spread them out more. Maybe swap this shock launcher with this up here maybe. But still have wherever, like maybe out here. So switch the stone storage and that shock launcher, and you should be fairly well. Warriors. As for warriors, it's pretty much an anti-warrior base. Not an anti-warrior, but it should defend as well as possible with warriors. But if you want to defend better, get another flame by the headquarters. But overall, not too bad of a base, I gotta say. I like the placement. Maybe move that out. Basically, your problem is you're able to shock the biggest defenses all in one shock. The defenses that target one troop. So, for example, your rocket launchers, you can shock your rocket launchers in one shock. You could shock 2 of them in one shock. They counter against RZCM Ruka, which is not good because then the attacker only has to take down 1 and then shock the other 2 and just clear your base. So spread them out more so you can't shock the big defenses in one shock. Okay guys, base number 4 is someone that's, I don't know medals for lower, but I would say it's decent. 35 at 214. It's pretty good. I'm glad I'm not seeing life or ice. Definitely taking good advice from whatever YouTuber or forums or wherever you look for advice. Very, very nice statues. See, at this point in the game, you can't like defend against every troop combination. Or any for that matter, because you'll get people that are level 50s destroying your base, and you can't defend against level 50s, which stinks, but that's the way the game has to be. So what I would do, the biggest worries here is you're able to shock both of the boom cannons in one shock, which is not good, so spread them out just a tad. And I'm not seeing any other issues. It looks like a pretty strong base design for your level, so I mean, it's decent. You might want to consider moving the rocket launcher, maybe swapping it. Oh gosh, no, it's fine. It's fine. It covers most of your base. For a higher member where you have more defenses, you might want to consider centering it more. But for someone like you, it's fine. You got people who flank your base. The rocket launcher will cover it, and just move these boom cannons farther apart. Good. No ice. I'm assuming you don't have any life. You do have that's a good resource reward. First of all, rocket launchers, one shock, not good. So spread them out a little more. Maybe instead of the rocket launchers being here, swap them for the cannon, and then you'll want to move your shock launcher. So maybe swap it with your flame, and that should be fine. As for this, not good. offensive or support buildings at your back is not good when there's no defenses intertwined. So kind of curve them around the base. So for example, move that residence down here by the sniper tower. Don't put it directly next to it, but have like a one space slot, because people will flank your base. They will clear your buildings here and just wipe out your core. So move everything down. Okay guys, next, base design. Someone who's, I would say, decent for his level. We have good offensive statues, which is good. That's what I like to see. As for offensive building placement, you're getting on the edge, but you should be fine. Rocket launcher placement, pretty good actually. Move your 2 bottle mortars, swap them out for so swap that mortar for that flame and swap that mortar for that machine gun. Just, you don't want it completely symmetrical, so just swap them a little and you should be fine. As for these defenses in the back, people will flank your base with T-Med. Bart your boom cannons, move down, take out your base. So the only way I see to combat it is to maybe move like a sniper tower back here on both sides, and then move like one sniper tower back here in the middle. That would kind of help against tanks, but pretty strong base. I like the front-loaded bases a lot. Okay, next, base design. Anyone AFK. Very nice offensive statues. It's a pretty strong base design. Honestly, guys, this is a good, it looks like a very strong base design. I don't see too many issues besides the fact that you can shock both boom cannons in one shot, so move them both one tile out and you'll be fine. But yeah, I like it. It looks pretty strong. And that was the, oh nope, we have one more. Okay, this guy, this is what I like to see. Offensive players, low level defenses, all offensive statues. This is what I like to see. So for this base, obviously you're going offense, you're an offensive player. You're not going to win defenses with low level defenses, and even if you do upgrade your defenses more, you'll still be destroyed. So what I say to you is just make sure you can't shock boom cannons in one shot, spread them out a little bit, and maybe move like a flame next to the headquarters or a couple flames, and that's pretty much all you can do. And it'll make it a little stronger, but you won't be able to win every single defense. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you want me to review your base in 6 months, post your link down below and I will try to review that for you. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.